What does it take to be the greatest basketball player at your height? Today we're going to go from 6 foot all the way to 7'4", looking at each player and seeing who's pound for pound the greatest basketball player at their height. Starting small at 6 foot, we have Chris Paul. With multiple assist and steal titles to his name and a lethal mid-range game, he has a case of one of the smartest floor generals of his generation. He's never won a title, but few players can control a game the way peak Chris Paul could. Standing at 6'1", we have Isaiah Thomas. Drafted in 1981, he would become the hero of Detroit after leading them to 2 NBA championships, one of which he would be the Finals MVP. After his very successful NBA career, he would end up being the general manager of the Toronto Raptors. At 6'2", Steph Curry, the greatest shooter who has ever lived. He redefined basketball from three-point range, multiple MVPs, 4 championships. Steph's also become a pretty good golfer, and he's been winning celebrity all-pro tournaments during the offseason. Shout out to Kyrie, he's also 6'2". He's an elite player as well. He just doesn't have the championships and MVPs to back it. Next is 6'3", Jerry West, the literal NBA logo. 14 All-Star selections and a Finals MVP while losing, the only time that's ever happened. Known as Mr. Clutch, he led lots of fourth-quarter comebacks. Standing at 6'4", we have LeBron's iconic partner, Dwyane Wade. Dwyane Wade has 3 championships and a Finals MVP. During that Finals MVP run, he was averaging 34.7 in a Finals. Incredible. He's an elite player, but in the future, Anthony Edwards could catch up to him because Anthony Edwards is only 24 and he's still one of the most electric two-way wings in the NBA. 1 inch up, James Harden, one of the greatest scorers of the modern NBA. In James Harden's 2017-2018 MVP season, he averaged 36 points a game. He's also never missed the playoffs in his entire 17-year-long career. Hey, if you're enjoying the video, could you please subscribe? This is my first long-form video and I only have like 50 subscribers. Okay, here's the one you guys have all been waiting for. Michael Jordan. 6 championships, 6 Finals MVPs, 5 regular season MVPs, and the player most people still consider the greatest of all time. He even walked away at his peak to chase minor league baseball for a season before coming back and dominating right when he left off. It's tough to follow Jordan, but Reggie Miller makes it look easy. One of the greatest pure shooters and biggest villains in NBA history, famous for torching the Knicks in the 1994 and 1995 playoffs. His courtside feud with superfan Spike Lee became almost as famous as the shots themselves, and since he's become one of the greatest voices in basketball broadcasting. 1 more inch, Scottie Pippen. 6 championships riding shotgun with Jordan, but Pippen was his all-time great in his own right. A lockdown defender who guarded all 5 positions. He was also part of the 1992 Dream Team, and today his son, Scottie Pippen Jr., is carrying on the family name of the NBA himself. At 6'9", LeBron James. 4 championships, 4 Finals MVPs, 4 regular season MVPs, and the league's all-time leading scorer. He's been in the league so long, 23 seasons, that he can play with his own son, Bronny James. In my opinion, he's the greatest to ever play, and he's my personal GOAT. Standing at 6'10", we have Larry Bird. 3 NBA championships, 3 consecutive MVPs, 2 final MVPs, an Olympic gold medal with the 1992 Dream Team, as well as a lethal skyhook. At almost 7 feet, Kevin Durant. 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, and the most unstoppable scorer of his generation. My favorite player of all times. A close second's Tim Duncan, the ultimate fundamentals first winner with 5 championships and 2 MVPs, anchoring the Spurs dynasty. Into 7-foot territory, we have Hakeem Olajuwon, the Dream. Back-to-back champion and Finals MVP in the mid-90s with a footwork-based post-game, the Dream Shake, that's still studied by centers today. The footwork traces back to Nigeria, where he grew up playing as a soccer goalie and didn't pick up basketball seriously until his mid-teens. Right behind him, Shaquille O'Neal. 4 championships, 3 straight Finals MVPs, and arguably the most physically dominant force to ever play center. Off the court, he's been in hundreds of commercials, released multiple rap albums, earned an actual doctorate in education, and has worked as a real sworn a reserve police officer in more than one city. 1-inch-taller Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the NBA's career scoring leader for nearly 40 years, with 6 MVPs, 6 championships, and the unstoppable skyhook. He's a genuine author, having written several history books. At 7'3", Arvydas Sabonis, a Lithuanian legend whose knees were shot by the time he reached the NBA, but his passing, shooting, and footwork were so far ahead of his time, many consider his European career alone Hall of Fame worthy. His son is currently an NBA All-Star in his own right. At 7'4", Victor Wembanyama. If you made it this far into the video, you probably know him already. But he's a 7'4" center for the Spurs who's been the most hyped prospect in generation, already blocking shots and hitting threes at a size the league has genuinely never seen before. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. See you next time.